as you reflect on this, would cutting rates really be the solution to a huge overhang and surplus, which has taken, you know, quite a significant period of time to build up?
Yes, I mean, I think the short answer is probably not, although there has been this debate that, of course, you know, PBOC, Chinese government should step in and do more, but the real sort of problem is trying to revive demand in the property sector itself, to try and put a floor under those prices so they stop falling. We did see in May those prices getting worse again. The absolute numbers look relatively small, but when you understand them in the scale of history, so existing home prices fell by 1%, the most since they started collecting that data in this current form since 2011. And so the worry is that we are still not seeing a turnaround in the property sector, despite this 350 billion yuan plan to try and mop up some of that unsold housing, with governments, local SOEs stepping in to buy more properties. But it's really that plan that will be centrally in focus here, whether or not this affordable housing plan will be enough, whether it can be transmitted fast enough through the system to start turning around things.
Well, of course, that's going to take confidence, isn't it? You know, a great swathe of the Chinese middle classes had vested their future, their retirement, their wealth management in building property, in buying into the property narrative. I started by asking, was the PBOC cutting rates going to be a solution or a cure-all for the property sector? As you said, no. But then, is that much more about holding the line on the currency front for the PBOC rather than the domestic housing situation?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think for the PBOC, there is this sort of dual concern here. They're also looking at the Federal Reserve sending that message higher for longer, which is going to likely pressure the yuan. And so, you know, the PBOC is concerned about trying to resist anything that will add further pressure to the yuan, whilst also likely not really substantively changing things for the property sector. So quite a careful balance, but yeah, of course, fundamentally sort of quite a moderate response.